Hello there fellow summoners, Mad Dog HT here, and I'm doing an Alliance War video after the season's over. It's an off-season war, and I don't even remember the last time I did any off-season war videos, but this one's a little bit unique because of this. So we got this announcement that they were going to reintroduce offensive and defensive tactics starting this week, and that the expert map, you basically get Untouchables. That's the defensive tactic, and slow your roll as the offensive tactic. And they've updated it, so basically if the defender evades, they get power gain, and if you slow or concuss them, they get even more power gain, which is one reason why you wouldn't even want to use the offensive tactic, because that's slow. Slow your roll applies that slow, so it doesn't really help you that much. But here's what was interesting. When war came up, we got high ground, and if you look, it says every 10 seconds they'll gain an altitude charge, and then if they're shocked, incinerated, or degenerated, they will that 10-second time is reduced by 80%, and then they deal a burst of energy. So we saw that and we're like, whoa, what the heck? So basically, if you're incinerating, like if you use torch, if you're incinerating them, every 2 seconds they gain a charge. And that's just nutty, right? So I'm on path 1, no boosts. We're attempting to not use any items, just teamwork, clear the boss, and clear as much of the map as we can. This war we did end up clearing the whole map. Had like 11 deaths or something total, but yeah, got the Sentinel rank 3. Doom takes care of this fight fairly easily. Towards the beginning, I was trying to just do medium, light, heavy to mix my combo to help not build analysis on Sentinel, and to keep a stagger on, so that way when the arc overload comes up, he won't regen and he won't be fully unblockable. Get him into an L3, and then we try to go for a Doom cycle, and we get that, we steal, we're going, he still's got that stagger on, we prevent the regen, which is nice. I blocked the first part of that special too, and gotta be careful, like normally I fully dex it, but just with that timing I didn't, and I'm going to do it again here shortly. I probably should have just I parried that one. Usually I dex it the full way, but the problem is here, I guess, I'm not even sure why, but my Doom cycle, I didn't get enough power to steal, which was kind of scary to me. Maybe does he get full analysis? No, he wasn't at full analysis yet. I do a medium, light, light, medium, and then I don't have enough power. I'm not certain. I'm sure there's an ability of Sentinel that I'm overlooking, but a couple more hits and he's down. No big deal. So we move on to the next fight, which is a ProfX rank 3 awakened. And normally I would take this with torch, no problem. But I'm looking at that node, I'm like, if I use incinerates on this dude, he's gonna get crazy amounts of these high ground charges, and the damage is gonna be nutty. So I just go in with Thing just to kind of test it out and see how bad it is. Now I do play kind of bad here at the beginning, getting Professor X stunned with a parry isn't ideal, because he's got those non-contact hits, and then it's got Masochism, so I take a bunch of block hits, and then I wasn't paying attention, run right into the falter. Terrible timing on that dex of the L1, and then look, I get all of these blocks, and I'm getting 872 per block. He's got 2 of those aptitude charges. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to come back and dig my way out of this hole. Every 10 seconds I have to do 10 hits, and that's just to keep up. So if you're in the hole, you're like in the hole for good. Especially if your champ doesn't have like a 10 hit special or something like that. But even then, and I'm not boosted, I don't have any like power back boost or anything like that. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna play this guy, you know, contactless, you know, don't try to stun, don't try to block. You know, Professor X isn't too crazy. Make sure that, you know, when he goes into falter, I'm paying better attention to that. And we're gonna finish off this fight. I'm trying to think if I throw many or any specials. I think I throw a special too. And yeah, we do get Masochism triggered there because it no, I didn't actually stun him because I didn't have enough rock stack, so that's why. But yeah, so we're about to finish this off. But yeah, if he touches me, it's gonna hurt. He's got 7 of those charges, assuming it's gonna be like, I don't know, 3,000, something like that per hit, per contact. So I don't know how I feel about the every 10 hits builds a charge, and every 10 seconds build a charge, and you have to consume it with 10 hits. Seems like a lot to deal with. I mean, it's worse than Void, because Void you have a little bit of uptime or downtime on the Intimidating Presence debuff actually applying before it comes on. But yeah, here we got Power Snack. This was actually, somebody else said that they were going to take this, but they were kind of stuck behind a different fight, and so I stole it. Because I wasn't going to use Thing for any other fights, and Thing is a great option for Power Snack. It's not going to be fast, but he can't be Power Snacked because he's immune to Nullify. So when Power Snack tries to consume, you know, a Precision or any of those buffs, you know, that immunity comes up and prevents it. So there's no extra power gain on this. This guy has a little bit of MD, not a big deal. And I'm just going to try to get him down to close to be 50% and make sure he has a low amount of power. So that way I can just keep him throwing special ones. That's what I'm more comfortable evading. Although I did get hit that one time, but Thing is a tank, and you know, he's almost fully ramped up, and we got, yeah, Max Furies on this next hit. Yeah, we're at Max Furies, 15 rock stacks. We're just gonna try to tap him over after the special one to the backup recovery, and yeah, here we go. Get a parry, boom, or an intercept, and their backup recovery triggers. And then we're going to hit him with a big special. Boom, 14k, 13k, and probably should have gone for a special 3 to get the extra fury on that. But yeah, from here on out, Thing is hitting pretty hard, and yeah, it takes care of business on this Longshot. And yeah, so the next fight though is going to be an interesting one with High Ground, because it's a Professor X again on Mixmaster. So it's interesting though, because again you have to have Incinerate, Shock, or Degen on to get those extra altitude charges coming. And so we didn't know what the interaction was going to be. So I'm going in this kind of blind, thinking, I don't know if this is going to work. It should work. So we apply Nova Flames. Nova Flames are not an Incinerate. So we're thinking this should work. You shouldn't get extra charges. And my whole goal here is parry, medium light, dash back. So there's medium light, parry, medium light, dash back, parry, medium light. Just do that over and over and over again. And it's kind of interesting because I feel like this method, with just doing that shorter combo and the aggressive AI, they just come for you. This guy doesn't throw a single special the whole fight. And the altitude charges, as far as the timing go, it's just about perfect to where I was able to manage those. You know, there I threw the special too, but no big deal, and this guy's dead. So Nova Flame does bypass the reduced time of applying those altitude charges, so use that wisely if we keep seeing this node. Hopefully Kabam will give us the tactic that we're supposed to see for the season, but who knows. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe we'll get another tactic instead, who knows. More bugs. And then I'm going up path 5, ebb and flow intercept, Sadist on, this is node 35. And it's got a King Groot. I think I get hit at the very beginning, and then we just get into the doom cycle. I don't even worry about the ebb and flow intercept. You know, it does obviously reduce your fight time, but with Doom, he just can totally pretty much bypass it and just go into a Doom cycle. Special 3, I typically come out with a medium, light, medium. If you're too slow, you can only do a medium, medium, and then do a triple light, double medium, steal, and get to special 2. He wasn't at a full 3 bars. I threw that the special 3 a little bit early. I do take a little bit of a combo there, and there we just get to special 3 with him above 2 bars, and we got the Fury still active. You know, I haven't done any intercepts, and he's already under 50%. This next cycle is gonna nuke him down, do the medium, light, medium, triple light, double medium, special 1, steal. Thought about throwing the special 2, but we're just gonna go for one more cycle. There we gotta hit into the block, push me over to special 3. We got double Fury, 32%, and he goes down to what? This is protection is still up 25%. I'm coming out of this hitting pretty hard. And we steal again. And do I light him up here? Or do I go for another one? Yeah, I just go for another one. So, what was that, 4 special 3s? Probably could have incinerated him. He didn't have his Furies up to take off those incinerates with his shrugging off ability. But there. Pretty simple, straightforward fight, and played it nice and safe and simple. And then a little bit later on, we go up against this Nova. And again, this Nova is a high ground defender. And Doom applies shocks and can apply incinerate. So I was really concerned about this one because I didn't know how it was going to interact. And it's kind of interesting because, like, the shocks, I don't know if I just take them off within a 2-second time, but it didn't seem like they were building up extra. But yeah, so my whole goal here is to get to a special 3 and just start cycling this guy. And you can see, look at that block damage. He's got 2 of the charges in just a couple blocks and took off a huge chunk of my health. So we're gonna come out of this and do medium, light, medium, triple light, double medium, power 1, special 1, and power steal him. And we took off a charge there, and there. Now the timer's going fast. Now the timer's going. I don't know. It just seems weird because like sometimes it's not going fast, sometimes it is. But you can see there's like 2 charges, like boom, boom, and you know, with the Doom cycle, you're supposed to let them come in, block, and then re-parry, double parry, whatever you want to call it, to get the power to get to special 3. And here we go again. So he's got 1 charge, he's got the shock up, and then boom, it's 2 seconds. So I think maybe the timer is more related to once the 10-second one expires, if there is a shock or incinerator degen active, then the next cycle is going to be 2 seconds and it just keeps applying. So maybe that's how I got around it. We just go back to a special 3, go back to the cycle, and you know, we've taken off some charges, but now he's shocked again, and boom. Oh, he shrugged it off with the mighty charge. But I took 50% damage that fight just taking a few blocks in the Doom cycle. So I don't know, you know, overall I don't think it would have been too bad, but there were a couple times where I got those 2-second charges added on, and it's hard to even, you know, go with that. We're going back in with Doom on this next fight. Basically ebb and flow, intercept, crumbling armor, and mighty charge, and I totally just miss parry there, and then I'm dumb and I go and hit into his block when he had monster mass. And yeah, so I'm at like really low health, and he's pretty much at full health, and I'm thinking, can I pull this off? We get a nice little intercept in there, and I light him up with a special 2, get a bunch of incinerates on him, which he's gonna shrug off. I do kind of want to get this guy into his frenzy mode, but I just need to make sure I don't get hit, because I'm at 14%. I'm in assassin's range, and you know, potentially if I try to parry, it will fail. Most likely it would fail, so I'm not going to try to rely on that. And now I'm at 8%, and we get another intercept, and we're going to light him up, I think, with a special 2 here. Yeah, and all these incinerates are going to stick. Luckily Moleman is not high ground, he's low ground. Moleman is low ground. He's underground man, so I can put incinerates on him. Don't have to worry about the high ground tactic and all that jazz. And yeah, we're here at 8%. Do another draft back intercept. Get him with a special 2. He's still in his frenzy, so those incinerates stick. But then mighty charge takes them off, or was it protection that came back that took them off? And we just got to get one more hit. We're trying to bait a special so we don't have to take any blocks or anything like that. This is the last fight for Doom, and we get it. Pull it off. Not pretty at the beginning, but we pull off the solo. And then I just had one more fight that was scheduled for me. This is Guillotine 2099 on Rage, Node 48 Rage, Extend, and Return Policy. So I'm going with Torch. I was trying to get my pre-fight back so that we could potentially have that as an option for the boss. You can see it didn't come back. You know, the chance wasn't super good, but it's going to take the chance to see if we couldn't get the pre-fight back, because we got a Mojo boss. We have a couple torches on the map to help take that down. And you know, I took Mojo down twice in season 28, and I was like, yeah, you guys, somebody else, you know, we're not putting on boost, somebody else can just give it a whirl and see how you do. So but yeah, we're gonna get this guillotine down. Just trying to pay attention to her invisibility timer, do a heavy. Luckily, you know, the heavy does not trigger the fury from Rage, and even with that crit or you know whatnot, so it's nice that I can just do regular combos. And yeah, as long as I keep an eye on that, I blocked an L1 to get some smolders. Ideally, I didn't want to push her to L2s just because I get that constant reversal of willpower healing from the Spectre. That time my dex, I'm like, I don't need to build up any more smolders. This fight's going fine. Heavy her, knock down her invisibility shield. I think we finish her with a special 2 here. We are in assassin's range. Boom. We do trigger 1 rage there, and yeah, take her down. Lose a little bit of health. I thought that was my last fight, and then I had a buddy come in, tried to take down Symbiote Supreme, and failed. I don't know. He didn't show how it went with the high ground, but I'm just going to go in with Torch. And again, you can see 10-second timer right now, and even though I have the Incinerates up, it's when that timer expires. If Incinerate is active, then that's when you get the 2-second timer. So we get the assist. Takeshi, that guy was in my battle group and alliance a couple seasons ago. Good player. And yeah, take his Symbiote Supreme down. I end up getting my pre-fight back on that fight, and I apply that to the boss, and we had somebody else take down the boss. Didn't use any items, whole bunch of kills, whatever, but yeah. Hopefully Kabam, I don't know, high ground. If they're going to give us high ground, please communicate that to us. Otherwise, give us Untouchables, which is what you guys communicated and changed. And yeah, anyways, hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you can get some ideas on how that high ground works, but hopefully we won't see that anytime soon, at least in Tier 1. So thanks, fellas, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.